questions.
Perfect. So going back to this slide, just an overview, we're going to focus on our short-term programs and programs that are best suited for working adult professionals. Again, my name is Susanna Shigo, and I'm a regional director at AIFS Study Abroad. And I've been with AIFS for a little over 4 years, and I'm also an alumni of an AIFS program. Jumping right in, a little bit about AIFS to give you an overview to start. So we've been around since 1964, and since then we've sent over 1.5 million students abroad. Very large number with a very long history. We offer scholarships and grants for our students. We typically give anywhere between $800,000 to $1 million a year in scholarships for our students. We have programs in over 150 cities, and our programs are year-round. So we don't just offer semester programs, we also offer short-term programs, which is what I'm going to talk about today. In 2019, we partnered with Global Experiences to offer international internship opportunities to students as well. So that's a really cool resource and an opportunity for students. And we offer full support services for all of our students when they do go abroad with us, and all of our program fees are inclusive. And I can go into depth a little more on that if there are questions about program fees or any payment, things like that. But this is just a quick overview. I always put this statistic in every single one of my presentations that I do, because I think it's so important and so powerful. Only 10% of US college students study abroad. This is something that you have the ability to put on your resume, on your application to grad school, and something just to know internally that, hey, I'm one of that 10%. So this is a really big number, and this is why students should study abroad, because it will set you apart later on in life. And I also tell students that I advise, and the students that I've been advising for 4 years, that there is a program out there for everyone. Is it AIFS? Maybe not, but there is some sort of program for you if this is something you want to commit to. I just tell students it takes a little bit more time and preparation, but it's all totally possible for you as a student, no matter what your needs are. So in that instance, maybe a semester isn't in the cards for you, or a full academic year just won't work. That's why short-term programs exist. Short-term programs could be the answer to solving that issue for you. So we have 2 that I'm going to highlight now, and then I'm going to talk about our internship opportunities in a bit. But we do offer summer programs. These are our popular short-term programs. They range in length from anywhere from 3 weeks to 12 weeks. They can start as early as the middle of May. So as soon as you finish for the semester, you hop on a plane and you go abroad for 3 weeks, and you're still back before June, whether you have an internship or a job or real life that you just need to get back to. Those are our May master programs, and those can be a really great opportunity for students, but we do have programs that run the length of the summer. You can mix and match. So if you want to spend 3 weeks in London and then go to Berlin for 3 weeks, that'll make one big 6-week program. So those are things that you can do. Then I'm also going to talk about our January term programs. These programs are 2.5 to 3 weeks in length. They typically run during a traditional winter break, so January to December, and they give you the opportunity to take that time, whether it just be those 2 weeks to go abroad and experience something, to still be able to come back and resume your normal life. I mentioned these programs as well, and I'm highlighting these programs because they are our most cost-effective programs. So if cost is an issue, these are great opportunities for you. So jumping into summer programs, we're in summer right now, and we have students abroad right now, which is really exciting. After a long year of not having students abroad, it's great to have them. So we're excited and looking forward to next summer. So just going in and highlighting some of our locations. As you can see, we have programs all over the world. So really anywhere you can think of, we have it. To highlight a few that I really enjoy and that I find really interesting, we have a Spanish language immersion program in Argentina, which is an education program that allows you to go into schools and learn kind of TESOL and teach English education, but also Spanish education. Our Barbados program is a brand new program, and it looks phenomenal. The Galapagos Island program, if you are in a bio major, or if you're just interested and you need a science course, you're going to spend 3 weeks scuba diving in the Galapagos Islands. So I think that's a cool opportunity for students, but doing a summer program gives you access to these, again, for that shorter period of time. If you want to see more than one location and maybe do a comparative study, we have our multi-destination programs. All of these typically will be anywhere between 2 to 6 cities over the duration of your program, and they focus on one topic. So some that we have are fashion marketing and merchandising, and with that you go to London, Florence, and Milan. We have European art and architecture, which is cool if you need an art course, that could be one to do. A comparative health science course that brings you to Scandinavia. So lots of options for you as a student. The summer program price range, something I like to highlight, and you'll hear the first bullet point for the rest of the presentation, but program cost really depends on the location and the length of program. Naturally, a 3-week program is going to be cheaper than a 12-week program, and naturally, a program in countries like Spain or Latin America are cheaper than those in Western Europe or Oceania. So those are things to consider if cost is a barrier, and you can still get amazing programs for less money, but you want to find a program that'll fit your needs as a student. So with our summer programs, program fees can range anywhere from $4,295 to $15,995. Again, these program fees are all inclusive. So this includes your tuition, housing, a meal plan, on-site services, your insurance package, trips and excursions are all built into that. So it is a package deal for you as a student, but I find it's fantastic because there's less for you to worry about. So you say, yep, I'm going here. You already have your housing sorted. You have someone on the ground as a staff member to help you, especially if you don't know the language. So those can be really benefits to our programs, is that everything's already built in for you as a student. So try not to get sticker shock from looking at that, but it is a benefit to you. And again, it gets you abroad and experience something else, and you can be that 10% that really stands out on a resume later on. January term programs. I love January term programs. They can be a little tricky and finicky dependent on when you start your spring semester, but if you can make a J-term program work, they're fantastic opportunities. With these programs, you'll go to one location or potentially two with our multi-destination program, and you take one course over that duration of the 2.5 to 3 weeks. It's a 3-credit course. So it is a full course, but you still have opportunities to experience and really immerse yourself in your host city, which is awesome. All of our locations are listed here. I'll highlight our newest program that we just added 2 days ago, which is our Japan program for this upcoming J-term, and that's in Kyoto. So if you've always wanted to go to Japan, this is a cool opportunity at a lower price point for you. Price range, again, depends on where you go and the length of time. J-term programs are our least expensive of all of our programs because of the short-term kind of model of them, but you still receive 3 credits, which is 1 full course. So that can still move you forward in your graduation plan. These program fees can range anywhere from $2,995 to $4,495. So as you can see, definitely the most cost-effective of all of our programs, and you still get that international experience, but it still allows you to get back and resume normal life. You're not taking 6 months away from if you have kids or if you have a job or whatever that may be. So this can be an awesome opportunity for you as well. Then to highlight our international internships. So I like to point these out because they are great options for students. So Global Experiences joined the AIFs family of programs in 2019. They've been offering international internships since 2001, and since then over 8,000 students have interned with GE. They have a network of employers of over 4,000 worldwide, and they're constantly adding more. The key part of their program is the Gallup Strengths Finder. So all students will take that prior to even interviewing with potential employers. It gives them their top 5 strengths as to what they kind of show and excel in the workforce. And then our team of program managers will work with the student to really make sure they understand that and work and build their strengths and also build their weaknesses during the duration of their program. They have a huge pre-departure program for all of their students and career readiness. So it's a great opportunity if getting into kind of the international workforce is something you're interested in. They offer programs in the fall, spring, summer, and they are only virtual internship offering. We don't have virtual study abroad, but you can do a virtual internship. The cool thing about virtual internships, and what they've been able to do in the past year. They launched exactly a year ago with GEV, which is the virtual, and since then about 1,000 students have participated in the programs, and they've been able to reach employers in countries where we couldn't have students on the ground. So we've had students intern with companies in the United Arab Emirates and other locations in Africa that we haven't been able to get students to on the ground. So this gives you a real big opportunity to connect with those international employers, which could potentially lead to something down the line as well to consider. So the price of these programs, again, will depend on the length of time and the location. To highlight the virtual internships, very cost effective for students. All of the internship programs are anywhere between 8 to 12 weeks is the standard length. Virtual internships can be anywhere from $1,500 to $1,800. So really a great option for students with that networking. Summer listed there, the 4990 to 7990, and semester programs 6990 to 11490. These do include as well all-inclusive, so your housing is there, you have on-site staff. Depending on the location, there is a meal plan if it's accessible and easy for students. You have orientation activities, you have networking events, everything is already built in there for you. The thing that I like to point about GE is kind of what makes it unique. You don't have to be a full-time student in order to participate. You can be a grad student, you can be an adult learner just looking to maybe change career fields. You can say, hey, I'm a business major, but I think I might want to try something a little different. I don't know how to do that in the typical setting. Let me try an internship in marketing to see if it's something that I'm really interested in. So you don't have to be a certain major to do something, which is awesome. And this program can be for credit or it does not have to be. So if you can't work it into your degree plan, but you still want to do it, you can still do it. So it's really flexible for students. And again, virtual can be a great option for those that have a full course load that really can't take time away from school. Or if you have a full-time job and you maybe just want something a couple hours a week to supplement on the side, the virtual option can still give you that international experience, the networking, things to put on your resume while you don't take too much time away from being back home. Benefits of a short-term program. Why? Why would you choose a short-term program over a semester program? And I hear that all the time from students. Why? Why would I do this? It's not that international experience that other students are getting. Well, it is. It still gives you international experience no matter the length of time. You're still stepping out of your comfort zone. You're still testing your limits, challenging yourself, immersing yourself in a culture that you've never experienced before. This is something that you can use, whether it's a 2-week program or a 6-month program. You can talk about this down the line. So it's something that'll really help you stand out post-grad, whether it's applying to jobs or grad school, or just having it as something to talk about as an experience under your belt. So even though it may be only 2 weeks, it's still an experience at the core. The short-term programs are less of a time commitment. They still allow you to be a full-time student. They still allow you to live your normal life back home, but it still gives you that opportunity to do that. So no matter how it takes to fit it in, whether it is that J term or it's that summer program, it's less of a time commitment and you can make it work. I talk a lot to athletes about this program. College athletes like the short-term programs because they can't take time away from school, whether it's training or games. So again, it's still that experience, but less of a time commitment. And then as I've been highlighting, they're really cost effective. Our long-term programs can be anywhere up to about $25,000, and that's not always in the cards for everyone. So again, you're still getting that experience, but at a price range that makes you feel comfortable. The key is to not push yourself too far to where you can't afford it to do it. There is a program out there for everyone. It's just a matter of making it work, and cost is a big piece of that. So these are our most cost-effective programs for students. And again, they don't take time away from your day-to-day life, which is nice. And that's kind of the end with what I have. So I can open it up to questions now. You have my name and email and direct phone number there. So if you had questions, feel free to just let me know. I'm just going to skip through because I'll come back to it. These are all of our main social channels. So if you want to follow along, you can. I do really like to highlight our Instagram. We do a lot of takeovers. We have students abroad right now in the past couple of weeks. A lot of our students in Barcelona and Athens have been doing Instagram takeovers and taking you along like a day in their life. And it's really exciting to see those. So that would be on our Instagram, but we do share content on all of our platforms as well. So if you want to learn more about what it is actually like to study abroad, this is a great resource for you. And then if you did have additional questions or want more info about studying abroad, you can scan this QR code. Again, Larissa said she'll send this PowerPoint so you can scan it there. Or now, if you wanted to take out your phone and scan it, feel free to do that. It'll just bring you to our main page. And yeah, if you have questions, let us know. But I'll skip back to my contact information, and then we can kind of go through questions if there are any.
Thank you very much, Susanna. During the presentation, that reminded me of students who are now with AIFS in Spain,
yeah,
UHCL students, and it's so amazing. This is absolutely true, how AIFS providing 24/7 support to our students there. And I heard from the entire group and from the regional coordinator who is working with them that everything is going well. Sometimes students, they just don't have time to respond to the messages, to emails.
yeah.
So the coordinator there, Noelia, I think it's Noelia right now I'm working with. She is so responsive, even if students are not willing or don't have time to send pictures, for example, because we need some pictures to just update information on our social media, saying like, hey, we have students in Granada, and she sent pictures because I know everybody's busy traveling, being out on excursions and studying. So thank you very much. AIFS is doing an amazing job. And also I would like to say, it doesn't matter how long or how short the program, this is true. Again, the same group of students responding very positively to how fast they are learning Spanish, for example, how they are able to communicate now, they're able to speak and ask questions and respond, and this is just a matter of weeks. Okay, and please, we have Megan, Melissa, Ida, I'm sorry if I mispronounced the name. Ladies, if you have questions, this is your chance to speak directly to Susanna, which is not very often. She's very busy. Go ahead and jump in and introduce yourself. If you have questions, please, it's your time.
Any social work programs? Yes, I believe. So basically the way I advise students and what I've been doing for years is that it really comes down to what specific courses you will need to meet those graduation requirements. So I always like to put out there, while you may be a social work major, if that's your major, you may have like a general elective that you need to take, whether it's an art class, a history course, a math, a science, a language. Think of those first prior to your actual major courses. See if you can fill one of those blanks when you're abroad. If not, we'll find a social work course for you. Definitely more options in the summer than January term. I'll put that out front. But it depends, and it might fall under a different umbrella. So social work can encompass a lot of things, whether it's psychology or sociology or gender studies. So there's a lot of things that go into it. I can drop a link in the chat that gives you a link to our course search, and that will provide you with the opportunity to basically put in social work summer, and it'll show up all of the locations. It's also right on our website, and I can also email it after directly to Larissa if she wants to send it back out. But that'll be a great place to start. And then it's just a matter of looking at what courses you need to take to graduate on time and going from there. Really, the biggest goal with study abroad in general is to make sure that it doesn't hold you back in graduating on time. We want to push you toward graduation. So that's my long roundabout answer, but yes, we do have social work courses.
Hi, Susanna. This is Megan. I was just wanting to know about for graduate courses with MHA or MBA. Do you have courses anywhere that offers that?
So with AIFS study abroad, or study abroad locations are for undergraduate. You would want to look at global experiences, which is the internship opportunities. There are course options that you can add on, and those are accredited and transcripted through Fairfield University, and they're very cost effective for the extra credit. I believe for a 3-credit course, it's only either $400 to $600, which for one course is very inexpensive. But I can again provide that information to Larissa and she can send it out to all of you. But AIFS, the study abroad, is just undergrads. GE is everyone.
Thank you.
Of course.
I have a question. Is there an age limit requirement? Like, is there, I remember a while back looking and it said like it stopped at 26 or 27. And I wanted to ask if that's something that AIFS has requirements.
Nope, we don't have an age limit. Students have to be at least 18 in order to participate on our programs. But other than that, if you're an undergraduate student and enrolled in school, you can go on our programs. And again, global experiences is open to everyone. So if you wanted an opportunity to do an internship option with a potential course to add on, global experiences is an awesome opportunity for you.
Thank you.
Of course. I think you're muted, Liz.
What I also remember about global experiences, they provide a lot of professional development support, which is, I still consider this is amazing. It's not, maybe it's not your something you are interested in, but if this is support provided by professionals, international professionals, if you can receive feedback from the team of international professionals about your resume, how your resume looks on international market, honest feedback about your letter of recommendation. Isn't it cool? I think this is amazing. This if you will seek for this type of consultation, for this type of services from professionals who are charging this, it's going to be quite expensive. Here you have all these services included in the price of the program.
And with the Global Experiences program, just to highlight, before you even commit to doing the program, once you apply, you start working immediately with someone. You don't pay anything until you accept an internship. And at that point you deposit, but leading up to that, there's anywhere between 10 to 20 hours of professional development built in. All of it is one-on-one specialized to the student. And that's, again, everything from doing the Gallup Strengths Finder and doing a workshop and going through and understanding what it means, to doing LinkedIn workshops, resume writing workshops, cover letters, interview prep tips. So everything is on one-on-one, anywhere between 10 to 20 hours prior to even committing to the program, which is really wonderful for students, and especially if you are looking at it from a professional development standpoint.
Any other questions, ladies? We only have ladies tonight. Ladies night out next. Okay, I don't